And now let's take a look at tonight's Fueling Factors, brought to you by Fast Max Convenience Stores. If it's got to be fast, it's got to be Max.
And for Purdue, it's shooting percentage. In their 9 victories, they've shot over 50%. And also, they've got to find Cardinal. That's one area where Illinois has a weakness in that 4 spot. So they've got to get the ball inside. Cardinal has had great success against Illinois. And for Illinois, they've got to stop Cornell. I mean, Cornell's a guy that's explosive, and he can carry the team for Purdue. And then also, they've got to control the boards. The last 2 games, they've been out-rebounded by Ohio State and Wisconsin.
The visitors from West Lafayette, old gold and black jerseys, and the home whites for Illinois with the orange and blue trim. Tom O'Neill with the opening tip, controlled by the Boilermakers. Carson Cunningham in the backcourt with Jerron Cornell. And then up front, Mike Robinson, Brian Cardinal, and Greg McQuay. Illinois opening man-to-man per usual. Good matchup here. Cunningham guarded by Bradford on this trip. Expected maybe the point guards would guard each other, but that's not the case. McQuay gets an open look. Purdue has struggled mightily from the floor this season. Their shooting percentage way down from what we're used to seeing.
Well, McQuay doesn't have much range, so Illinois will allow him to get open at the spot and shoot that shot. They want to get the ball out of the hands of Robinson and Cornell.
Take a look at this. 8 straight wins, 5 in a row over here in Champaign for the Boilermakers.
And it seems like every time Purdue comes over here into Champaign, it's after a loss at home, so they come over with a little attitude and they're mean. They've had a lot of success.
Cardinal for 3, just short. Chukudebe up high for the rebound. He's been bothered all season by an lingering ankle problem.
See, that's the problem with Purdue. They're looking for the jump shots. Both teams, they've got to get the ball inside.
Purdue trying to get it out in a hurry, throws it away. Bradford picked it off, and Williams sets it up.
I mean, it's like in football. You got to learn how to run the ball first, then you can pass. You got to score inside in this league, and then look for the outside. Right now, they're not good defense by Illinois, but Purdue, on the other hand, has got to be a little more patient.
Cleotis Brown to the tray attempt. Traveling the call here as Mike Robinson hit the deck.
And one reason for Illinois right now, you've got Archibald and Chukudebe in there. Both those guys are not going to score a lot of points in the post area. They can at times, but they're not a real threat in the post area. Same thing for Purdue. You've got McQuay. You got to get the ball inside to him, and then Cardinal can shoot from the outside.
Williams on the drive, and Cardinal the rebound. Interesting switch, though, in the lineup for Lon Kruger to go ahead and start Chukudebe here tonight against instead of Marcus Griffin, who in the past 2 games has struggled a little bit from the field. He hasn't been involved in the offense as much as perhaps they would like. Shot it pretty well up at Wisconsin. He was 4 of 6 from the field, but just 9 points overall in the game. Archibald. Chukudebe doubled down from Cardinal. Nice turnaround move. Both teams really struggling in the opening minutes of play.
Well, we talked about an up-tempo style, and both teams really cold right now, having a hard time getting the flow of the game.
Illinois 0 for 4 from the field and 0 for 3 for Purdue. Cardinal in close. Cardinal gets it back, and yes, and a foul.
See, that's one thing. I think Cardinal's got a lot of experience on the post area. He can post up down low. Archibald doesn't really have the strength, and then you've got Chukudebe, who's injured. He's got a bad back, and he does a good job. See, he gets to the block, then keeps his dribble, goes up, stays with it. No one puts a body on anybody at Purdue, and that's been a problem for Illinois. They've been out-rebounded. They've got to put a body on somebody, and don't let Purdue get the second chances.
Cardinal with a 3-point play to start the scoring here tonight. Traveling the call on Archibald as he took that pass from Williams. Second turnover of the night for Illinois. And second, really, arguably second unforced error.
Yeah, I mean, Illinois looking, trying to be patient. Right now, they're just having a hard time with their offensive rhythm. Give Purdue credit on defense. You see Cardinal coming out. Going to give him a little breather.
Cunningham picked up by Williams. Smith is the man who came into the lineup in place of Cardinal. Almost 3 minutes gone by this first half. Cunningham trying to penetrate over Cleotis Brown.
Purdue did a nice job of reversing the basketball. Cunningham was able to go one-on-one. No help defense for Illinois. Good patience so far by Purdue offensively.
Better than 3 minutes have gone by in this first half. The Illini yet to score. Cleotis Brown. No, but a foul. He was fouled by Mike Robinson.
See, Brown's really the only guy for Illinois who can put the ball on the floor, go to the hole, and really finish. He's got that strength. The rest of the team out there, Williams and Bradford, like to shoot that jump shot. They will go to the hole, but Brown's the best finisher on the team.
Cleotis Brown, JUCO transfer from Southern Union, and has really come on nicely this season for the Fighting Illini. Put together a good stretch late December, early January. Finally gets Illinois on the board with 16:38 left to go in the first half. The problem here is Rod Cardinal, Brian Cardinal's dad, who's the trainer for Illinois. I'm not sure who he's checking over down there. Cleotis puts in on a pair. Pressure in the backcourt. This is something Illinois can do with, number one, their athletic ability, and number two, the depth they have on their roster. They'll go 10, 11 players deep. Cunningham sets it up for Purdue. Off the glass.
Tough shot by Cunningham. Talked about Rod Cardinal. Looked like Marcus Griffin tried to go in and almost look, he threw out his back. That's maybe one reason why he's not starting.
Could be, yeah. Brown, nice move with the jumper on the move.
Yeah, he can go right up over Cornell. He understands that. Has recognized it, took a hard dribble, and just went over the top.
And Robinson on a foul here.
Fouls on the Illini's Cleotis Brown.
They'll make that Cleotis Brown of Illinois on the foul. Marcus Griffin got up to come into the ball game, and look at this. Another injury for the injury-ravaged Illini.
First United Mortgage Corporation specializes in providing home financing programs for people in Indiana and Illinois with good and bad credit. And now for people who've had trouble saving up a large down payment, First United Mortgage offers the no money down 100% financing fixed rate purchase loan. That's right, no money down. Your good credit is your down payment. In fact, qualified buyers can even finance up to 3% over the purchase price to help pay for closing costs. Call First United Mortgage to set up your free pre-approval, 219-322-3278.
Hey, Bernice and Joy, tell everyone which power wheelchair got you to the Grand Canyon.
Now I'm free to see the world.
With a Hover-Round, you truly are free to see the world. Hover-Round's award-winning compact round design makes it the most maneuverable power chair in the world. And because it's portable enough to easily fit in a car trunk and powerful enough to pull a 2-ton van, Hover-Round gives you the freedom to go almost anywhere, even the Grand Canyon. Find out if a Hover-Round is right for you. Call one of our friendly mobility specialists for a free evaluation and free Hover-Round video. Hover-Round's licensed nurses will work with you to determine if you qualify for Medicare, VA, or other insurance. With Medicare and a supplement, owning a Hover-Round could cost you little or no money out of pocket. So call now. Declare your freedom to see the world in a Hover-Round.
In Champaign, now let's take a look at the Mercedes-Benz Big Ten leaders. And as far as steals are concerned, well, Fife and Kelly, but then we've got the next three in this game here tonight.
And the surprising thing, Cardinal, he's the big guy in there, 6'8". You don't expect those guys to be a leader. You expect those guards like Fife and Kelly, Williams, and McLean. And McLean's another guy who's only played about 18 minutes a game so far. He's been injured. He's turned his ankle in December and has struggled with some time out there.
Marcus Griffin taken to the Illinois locker room, apparently to have what appeared to be a back injury checked out. And get a look at the shooting from the field. Has not been pretty by any stretch.
That's a big blow for Illinois. I mean, he's their go-to guy down low. The main threat in the paint area.
Maynard Lewis, number 12, with the ball right now in the ball game for Purdue. Brian Cardinal is back as well. Carson Cunningham, Rodney Smith, and then Mike Robinson. Cunningham with a force. Nearly got the rim. Williams on the backside of the play for Illinois. Tough shot baseline. Cardinal got a piece of it on the block. Cunningham ahead to Robinson. Got to go glass on that one. You've got to go open the bank on that shot there, but Mike elected to go for the rim, and it hit the back of the rim. It'll belong to Purdue, knocked out of bounds by Illinois. Cunningham leads. Jerron Cornell back on now for Purdue. Brian Cook is in the lineup for Illinois.
Illinois in a 2-3 zone right now, matching up the out-of-bounds play.
Through the hands of Maynard Lewis, unforced error, Purdue. That is their third turnover. Gene Cady says, what was that, guys?
There's no more, I don't think there's anybody more intense or more animated on the sidelines than Gene Cady. He's great.
Chad Kirchhoff up off the bench, getting set to report on. And on the moving screen on Marcus Cook. Is it Marcus Cook? Yes. Or I should say Brian Cook. Beg your pardon. I was thinking Marcus Griffin, who's in the dressing room. We're going to report on his status as soon as we can.
Yeah, we talked about the 4 spot for Illinois. They're not real deep in that area. And now with Griffin down, they got to move someone over in the center position. And Chukwudebe's been struggling. You see Harrington coming in for Williams and Johnson coming in the game for Brown.
Lucas Johnson has been a tremendous performer here at home. At home, he shoots 62% from the field, averages over 12 points a game. On the road is where he's been quiet.
Yeah, for Lon Kruger, he's got some nice depth coming off the bench, and with Johnson playing this well in the friendly confines, it gives him a big advantage.
Maynard Lewis on the penetration, meets a double team down low. Cardinal turn around over Chukwudebe, who may have gotten a piece of that. Brian Cook the rebound, Illinois basketball. Bradford sets it up, unloads for 3. Purdue has been favoring the long possessions offensively. And Doug, that has an effect on you when you have to play defense at 25, 30 seconds, doesn't it?
Yeah, before the shot clock, I mean, you really had to play defense for a long time, and there you see, you got to size up on Brian Cardinal. He's a guy that likes to shoot the 3, doesn't look for it too much. But you play defense down there for 35 seconds, you get tired when you come down to try and play offense and you shoot quick shots like that. That's exactly what Purdue wants you to do.
Brian Cook missed the tray, knocked out of bounds. Foul coming up on Lucas Johnson.
First foul on Johnson, that's 4 on the Illini.
You can see offensively, Illinois really struggling with their rhythm, and Purdue defensively just not giving it anything inside. So therefore, Illinois shooting a quick shot on the perimeter. That's what they want to do. Right now, Purdue really controlling the tempo.
Cardinal quick inside. Nice entry from Smith. And Brian Cardinal will go to the line on the foul on Chukwudebe.
Well, give credit to Cornell setting the screen down below. We talked about him offensively, but there he showed his versatility, set the screen on Chukwudebe, the big guy, and that released Cardinal. And once you get the ball that deep in the paint area, there's not much you can do but foul.
Brian Cardinal, his last game in the arena, basically he grew up in. Wasn't he a ball boy or hung around when you were playing back then?
Yeah, I remember when he was about 4 feet high and tubby little kid.
He was a tubby little kid?
Yeah, he was tubby.
You know, I asked him, do you really get up? Do you think much about these games? He said, the first time I came in here, he said, I was really nervous the first time I came in as a Boilermaker. And because he said I was, walking through the tunnel and I knew all the guards, I knew everybody, and, it was like old home week, but now it's become more old hat. He says, I've matured a little bit. I don't get quite as excited as I used to when I come home to play. Boy, he's off to a great start. Cardinal 8 points, 3 rebounds, and a blocked shot here in the early going of this one. We're almost 7 minutes gone by. Purdue has mustered an 8-point lead.
And Illinois only shooting 13%. Just can't get anything going offensively, vice versa. Purdue doing a nice job getting the ball inside so far.
And Purdue really controlling the tempo. Doug, and I think you brought up a good point. Illinois has struggled with just finding some kind of rhythm. Lucas Johnson, tough shot. What are they going to call here? Foul coming up on Jerron Cornell. I think the Illini were hoping also for a goaltend, but no call there. Is that ball on the way down?
First foul on
Pretty
Cornell,
close.
2 on the Boilermakers.
A lot of times when you release it and then you block it after it's been in the air for a couple seconds, sometimes you get the call, but from that angle, looks like
Looked like a good call.
Yep, still going up.
Lucas misses on the first. He'll have another. 5 points, 1 of 5 from the field at Wisconsin, 0 for 3 from the arc. He had led the Big Ten in three-point field goal shooting percentage going into that game, and he misses a pair at the free throw line.
So this has been a trouble for Illinois. When things don't go well for them offensively, they seem to break down in other areas, especially defensively.
Cardinal in the lane, trying to manufacture a shot. Robinson got it back and throws it back to the Illini. Harrington trying to lob it to Archibald, tipped away, and here come the Boilermakers off the steal. I believe that was Cardinal who got a hand on that pass. Good entry into McQuay for the flush.
Well, I like Cunningham. He really keeps his dribble. He's not trying to press out there, let things come to him. Here he does a good job of Harrington, sees the freshman's on him, breaks him down. Archibald steps up. See, Cook doesn't come down on the rotation. McQuay's wide open, but great hands by Cook to block that shot.
Excellent hands. At point-blank range. Cook's got a long wingspan, too, Doug. I tell you what, he's going to be quite a player here when it's all said and done.
Yeah, he has no idea how good he is right now.
Going to belong to Illinois. Last touch by Purdue. Boilermakers really trying to work it inside the paint on these half-court sets, it seems like. They want to go right at the 4 and 5 spots for the Illini, as you pointed out earlier.
Well, Gene Cady wasn't happy against Michigan. Too many outside shots. Wants to get the ball inside. He knows that's the formula. There's no guy that's won more games on the road in the Big Ten than that guy. You got to get the ball inside on the road.
Harrington for 3. Ring it up. Yes, and a foul.
Well, that's a cardinal sin. You don't want to foul a three-point shooter. He's already got the shot off. Let him have it. If you're late, you're late. What sets it up is the dribble penetration. Cunningham comes over and helps, and then just touches him on the fingertips. Gets called for the foul. Big bucket for Harrington.
And a rare 4-point play opportunity. And Harrington, the freshman out of Elgin, cashes in.
Good idea by Lon Kruger. Step it up, try to get some full court pressure, get something going here at home.
Well, that got the Illini off a 4-minute drought. They had not scored a field goal in the last 4 minutes prior to that. There's some trapping. Inside of 12 minutes to go in this first half. The Purdue lead down to 4. Illinois picked up the intensity defensively in the half court here. Cornell pulls up for the quick release. Lucas Johnson the rebound.
Yeah, nice defense by Lucas. Stayed up straight, protested the shot, and then a nice block out.
Frank Williams jumps into the lane off the glass. Illinois back to within 2. While Illinois struggled through that 4-minute drought I spoke of a moment ago, Purdue failed to really take advantage and get on a run themselves. They did build an 8-point lead, but it was only 12-4. Cardinal with a wild shot. Rebound taken by Archibald to Williams. Williams, nice crossover. Second in a row for Frank Williams. Timeout Purdue. 8-0 run Illinois, and they're on their feet in Champaign. Timeout Purdue off this shot by Frank Williams, and yes, the bank's still open in Champaign.
The beauty of ice cream is that you don't even have to eat it to really enjoy it. Because when you think about it, you can have a pretty good time just watching other people eat it. At least that's how we feel at Prairie Farms. Maybe it's because for generations, we've watched folks all over the Midwest enjoy our ice cream. And that's made us feel pretty good. Even better, in fact, than the many blue ribbons our ice cream has won at state fairs. So if you're looking for a good time, here's our suggestion. Eat some Prairie Farms ice cream.
CDS Office Technologies. Their network expertise, coupled with their training and support for your system and staff, keeps your business productive and efficient. They can design, install, and implement a range of voice, data, and electrical solutions using ISDN and fiber optics. They specialize in leading digital connectivity solutions today and into the future. CDS Office Technologies.
Just one more strike.
Yes, I just rolled a perfect game! No!
Sure you did.
No, I just erased it!
Just like your wife's a supermodel.
She is? Favorite, how you got your wireless phone first, Purdue? I did.
Believe it or not, right now you can get a free ClearPath digital phone from Ameritech Cellular plus 100 minutes for just $25 a month.
Hello?
When are you coming home? Because I really miss you.
Wayne Larrabee, Doug Altenberger, our ESPN Plus crew back in Champaign, tied at 12, and here come the ATA High Flyers. Take a look at this one.
Now, we talked about Frank Williams. As he goes, I mean, Illinois goes, he goes. He does a good job. 6'4", 200 pounds, stays with it, gets to the hole, and able to finish it. I mean, he's offensively, I think he would probably play the two guard. Right now, Lon Kruger's got him playing point guard, and sometimes he struggles. But if you try to shut down Bradford, it leaves him open.
Illinois hit its last 3 field goals after the long drought.
Purdue's got to get back into Cornell's hands or Cardinals' hands, and they've got to be under control offensively. Take their time like they did first 10 minutes.
Sergio McClain in the game now for Illinois. The Illini really scrambling the Boilermakers. Cornell over the top from the outside for 3. Big shot there for Jerron Cornell.
Did a nice job of handling the double team. Look for the open spot. Good spacing.
Shot comes up short. Save attempt, and he stepped out of bounds as Robert Archibald went sprawling for it. Almost halfway through first half in Champaign. Purdue on a 3-pointer moments ago by Jerron Cornell on top by 3.
Before you pay your next Medicare insurance bill, consider getting more health care coverage with Humana Gold Plus. How? It's easy. Call 1-800-552-1854 to get this brochure explaining how Humana Gold Plus offers more coverage than original Medicare alone. Inside, you'll read about unlimited visits to your doctor, prescription drug coverage, worldwide emergency care when traveling, coverage for a hearing test and eye exam, plus coverage for limited dental care. You get all this for $25 a month, just 81 cents a day. Call now, 1-800-552-1854 for more information. Humana Gold Plus is an HMO with a Medicare Plus choice contract with thousands of doctors to choose from nationwide. To learn how easy it is, call Humana Gold Plus to get your free brochure, Understanding Your Medicare Choices, at 1-800-552-1854. That's 1-800-552-1854.
First United Mortgage Corporation specializes in providing home financing programs for people in Indiana and Illinois with good and bad credit. And now for people who've had trouble saving up a large down payment, First United Mortgage offers the no money down 100% financing fixed rate purchase loan. That's right, no money down. Your good credit is your down payment. In fact, qualified buyers can even finance up to 3% over the purchase price to help pay for closing costs. Call First United Mortgage to set up your free pre-approval, 219-322-3278.
Three-point field goal moments ago by Jerron Cornell. Snapped a cold streak for Purdue. Put the Boilermakers on top. Let's check that play on the Arvinator, brought to you by Arvin Industries.
Well, we talk about adjustments. Illinois will come out with a double team. They'll double team here. You want to get the ball in the middle to the open spot, and you'll see Cornell get to that open spot. It's very important that you do that. Get spacing when teams double team you. That's what Illinois is trying to do. Up tempo, get the crowd in there. See Cornell spots up, gets to the open spot, and good vision. You got to keep your head up when you get double team. That's the worst thing, is put the ball down on the floor and try to dribble through a double team.
From the arc, Purdue at even 50%. Brian Cardinal, nicely done off the lead. 10 points for Cardinal now. Inside of 10 minutes to go, first half. Purdue back on top by 5. They've led pretty much throughout this ball game. Frank Williams. Cardinal outlets to Maynard Lewis, and Williams is gambling for the steal there. Robinson to Cardinal. Cardinal from deep. Williams is there. The lead for Krupalia. And it knocked away, able to recover. Inside Marcus Griffin. And it's good to see him back in after he had to go to the dressing room and perhaps got a massage for what appeared to be a back problem. The big men, Krupalia and Griffin, really run the floor well for Illinois.
Both those guys get up and down the court, and defensively they give it a little more quickness out there.
Krupalia knocked it away. Robinson gets it back. Lewis around Sergio McClain. Lost the handle on it, get it back. Here comes Bradford to McClain. Griffin cleans it up.
Yeah, the big guys for Purdue have got to get down the court. Right now, Griffin and Krupalia are out hustling McClain and Cardinal.
Gene Cady thought a charge should have been called on that drive by McClain.
So Illinois really trying to pick it up defensively. Purdue want to keep the dribble, get to the top of the key, that free throw line. That seems to be open in that area.
Cardinal trying to thread the needle to McQuay. Last touch by Illinois. Well, the Fighting Illini are slowly but surely getting this game into the open floor. And Sergio McClain barreling down the lane. The cleanup by Griffin.
We call them entrepreneurs. They're independent, always challenging. They make it with new ideas and quick responses. They expect the same in return. And you know what? More of them get their health care plans from the most trusted name in the business. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. The company that's been thinking ahead for more than 60 years. A company with plans for the future.
Whoops. Not again. Whoopsie-daisy. Whoopsie-daisy. Don't scratch on my side.
Sometimes the greatest challenge for an SUV isn't going off-road, but staying on. The M-Class, the only SUV that drives like a Mercedes.
You don't do what I do for a living unless you want to be heard. How's that? Louder! So I banged up my truck, right? I called my insurance company. Did anybody hear me? Nope. Out to lunch. The one time I need them, where are they?
Better to call country companies, where you'll always talk to real people with real answers, real quick.
Somebody there to listen. That's all I want.
Country Companies Insurance.
Now let's take a look at the Blue Cross Blue Shield first half stats summary, and we key in on the guards as we talked in the pregame. A slow start for these two guys who really lit it up in this building a year ago.
Yeah, they sure did. And those two guys got to work harder off the ball. When things aren't going well, you're getting covered. You got to do the other things. Get to the hole, change your game a little bit. Right now, both teams, what they're doing defensively, throwing a fresh body. Once you get tired, come on out, put a new guy on you.
Replacing 23, Mike Robinson.
Cornell knocked away as he tried to go to the corner with it by Sergio McClain. McClain is one of the great intangibles players in the game. You might not notice him much in the box score the next morning, but I'll tell you what, you notice him when you watch these teams play.
Yeah, coaches notice him. He does a lot of little things out there. Gets to the right spot defensively, throws the assist.
Cunningham from deep to beat the shot clock, and Cook rebounds it and lost it off his knee and out of play.
Yeah, there's an idea. I mean, great agility to take it with one hand, block out with the other, but you know, as a young guy, he forgets to grab the ball with two hands and look up court, tries to do it with one hand.
His dad was Norm Cook, played a little bit with the Boston Celtics, and they had a standout career at Kansas, up in Lawrence.
He's a guy that, you know, Cook can shoot the three-pointer, he can go inside, has a lot of mobility for a big guy.
Cunningham sets the floor. Here's Cornell. Boy, they had Cook running at him there, and Cornell nonetheless able to bury the tray.
He had to adjust his shot on that one. He went a little more arch with the 7-footer coming at him.
Yes, indeed. Put a little air under it. 6 points, Jerron Cornell. Purdue by 4. Bradford out of the corner for 3. So Corey Bradford finally registers with 6:45 to go.
Yeah, Purdue came out in the zone, didn't talk, didn't communicate, leaves Bradford wide open on the baseline, and that's his bread and butter.
6.5 left in this first half of play. Carson Cunningham high off the glass with a pretty move. 6 for Cunningham. Here's the long lead. Unable to convert on the play was Griffin. Boy, he runs that post lane so well. Cunningham. Jerron Cornell around Sergio McClain. Beautiful feed once again. Griffin running the middle of the floor. Unable to catch up with it. 6 turnovers now for Illinois.
Well, we talked about Cunningham playing under control. Here they clear out the left side, goes with his left hand. There's no help there. That's a tough shot for him to make. But the key is he's under control, and that's what Gene Katie wants him to do. Don't force anything out there. Take what the defense gives you.
Cunningham has been much better in terms of assist to turnover ratio this year. Maynard Lewis off the mark.
Yeah, that's not a shot Gene Katie wants Lewis shooting right there. He wants him to do the other things, play defense, and let the seniors shoot those shots.
Bradford unloads from the corner. Sergio McClain the rebound. McClain looking for some inside, and he has it blocked on the play. Knocked out of bounds. Could have belonged to Illinois. Mass substitutions coming in for the Boilermakers. Cardinal Robinson back in.
You see Bradford with the shot. Gets a good look. Gets off the top of the basket. And Sergio stays with it. No help from the top side. Great block.
John Allison with that block. It's going to be Illinois basketball. Rodney Smith also came into the ball game a moment ago for Purdue. Brown sets it up. Purdue in the zone. 2-3 zone, it looks like. Now they start the match a bit. Good feed inside. Beautiful play. Marcus Griffin on the finish.
That's the second time that Purdue came out in the zone. It hasn't been very successful. Maybe want to go man-to-man even on the out-of-bounds play.
Frank Williams really creating well on that particular play. Foul on Archibald. That is his second personal foul. 6 on the Fighting Illini.
The Fighting Illini, if you come over and run that high screen, Archibald's got the ability and quickness, even though he's 6'10", to double team, and that's what they're trying to do.
Cornell looking to penetrate, lost the handle. Cunningham picks up. Lots of time left on the shot clock. Under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Purdue has led all the way. They lead by the slimmest of margins at the moment. Cardinal, little change of direction. Archibald stays right with him. Cunningham. Rebound picked off by Griffin. Steers it over to Archibald.
Purdue has to be very careful with their shot selection. Illinois really trying to push the ball.
Griffin the flush on the feed from Archibald. 8 points for Marcus Griffin off the bench.
Purdue starting to break down defensively in the paint area. They're very strong so far in the first half. But now Illinois is starting to get the ball in the paint area.
I'll tell you what, I think Illinois got away with the travel that time by Robert Archibald walking across the lane, but if they don't see it, it ain't traveling, right? Cardinal, tough shot. And Purdue back on top. Ryan Cardinal now with 12. Frank Williams. Cleotis Brown open for 3. Ring it up. Robinson has it knocked away, picked off by Bradford. Make that McQuay had it knocked out. Boy, the momentum now in favor of Illinois. Williams leaves for Griffin off the baseline. Robinson the rebound. Archibald over the back of the foul.
Well, they're going to get McQuay with the elbow.
You're right.
He popped Archibald right in the mouth, and that's where he gets called. Not for the blocking out, but for the elbow.
McQuay picks up his first. 4 on the team. Illinois leading by 2 with just over 3 minutes to go first half.
Diamonds, the gift that lasts forever. The Jewelry Exchange in Elmhurst imports all their diamonds direct. They carry guaranteed lowest prices. 1-carat solitaires start at $5.99. The Jewelry Exchange makes all their jewelry in their state-of-the-art factory and has hundreds of rings, pendants, earrings, and bracelets. Only the Jewelry Exchange in Elmhurst guarantees all their jewelry to appraise for at least double, that's right, double the purchase price. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange in Elmhurst.
Daddy.
Yes, sweetie?
Can the monsters get me?
Not a chance.
When you've got ADT, you've got the power of advanced home monitoring technology.
Good morning, this is
The power of experienced professionals helping to keep you safe.
Okay. Calling the fire department right
From burglary, fire, flooding, carbon monoxide, even the occasional monster.
This is Janet speaking.
Call now and get ADT's sophisticated burglary system installed for as little as $99. Plus, get 2 months free monitoring.
And thank you for choosing ADT.
ADT helps protect more homes and families than any other security company in America. Call now and get the ADT burglary system from $99 installed. Plus 2 months free monitoring. Sleep tight. Get the power of ADT.
Back in Champaign, the Illini leading by 2. Let's take a look at some other scores brought to you by ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Number 1, Cincinnati trailing Tulane in the early going of that Conference USA game. 7th-ranked Duke on top of Georgia Tech. Minnesota big on Iowa. Purdue has received its scoring input from only 3 sources: Cornell, Cardinal, and Cunningham. Illinois has gone to 6 different sources for scoring in this game, and perhaps that's why the Illini now have inched ahead despite a very slow start. Sergio McClain, guarded by Kirchhoff now, is again Purdue in what appears to be a zone defense. Bradford over the top, left it short. McClain the rebound. McClain to Cleotis Brown inside. They bang away at it. And finally a foul call. Chad Kirchhoff in among the trees.
Number 52.
Marcus Griffin gets called for the foul.
This was sort of an odd play. McClain gets the rebound, but he dishes it off right instead of going straight up, and then he does it again. And you imagine maybe a 3-second call or something down there.
Yeah, you would think, but none called, and then the ensuing entanglement. Marcus Griffin picks up his first personal foul. Now 7 on Illinois, so they're over the foul limit. Kirchhoff makes good on the first of the 1-and-1.
You see the 2 captains shaking hands there, Cardinal and Kirchhoff.
Kirchhoff, a walk-on originally in this program. What an accomplishment for him over his career now to be named a captain.
That's the great thing about college. I mean, you can get guys that walk on at their senior year, become great contributors, and become captains like that. And I think that's something he'll be real proud of as he gets older.
He should be. Tied at 26. Sergio McClain finds Bradford. Nice look inside to Cook. What do we have? 3-second violation, yep.
Well, Illinois, but good credit to Purdue's defense. I mean, they're helping recover, and you've seen guys diving all over the place. And again, McClain maybe he needs to look to shoot a little bit more. He's been open a couple times, and now he's trying to make the extra pass.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go, first half.
And now you got a nice matchup down below with Griffin and McQuay going at it.
Cardinal on the drive. Blocking foul coming up. Griffin did block it, but a blocking foul foul being called, and I believe that's on Bradford.
Yeah, it looked like slow motion there. Cardinal wasn't real quick there, but just sort of, he dribbles it real slow, sort of takes over, and there it is. You see Bradford sliding over, doesn't get in position, and he gets called for the block. The great help defense by Griffin. He's one of those guys that leave his man and will try to block the shot.
Cardinal, 13 points in the game. Big Ten basketball brought to you by Dynegy, America's dynamic energy company and a Big Ten corporate partner. When it comes to getting reliable electricity and natural gas, Dynegy delivers. Who said you can't come home? Pretty good night so far for Brian Cardinal. 14 points now for him.
He might have snuck over for that pregame luncheon. Had some mom's cooking because he's playing extremely well right now.
Ball tipped out of bounds. The post pass denied on the play there by McQuay. Greg McQuay, his brother was in this program last year, and things didn't quite work out. But Greg is back for his senior year. 5 seniors lead this Purdue team. Purdue has been zoning on the out-of-bounds plays. 2-3 zone. Cook bears watching at the arc. McLean will look to move the ball. Cook had it slapped away. 10 to go on the shot clock. McLean for 2. Carson Cunningham leads the break for Purdue. A minute and a half to go in this first half of play. Cornell nearly traveled there. Cunningham battles into the lane. The look for Robinson in traffic. Blocked on the play by Griffin. Rejected again by Griffin. And Cornell connects for 2. Jerron Cornell and Purdue very persistent on that trip.
Yeah, they tried to get the ball inside, but then they went to Silk and Smooth, and he just stroked it right in there.
Inside Griffin, he has been a force on both ends in this first half. He's got 10 points on 5 field goals.
Coming off the bench has been a big plus. Only played about 10 minutes here in the first half. Threw out his back coming in at the beginning.
Well, he threw it back in pretty quick, didn't he? And he's been throwing it in ever since. Robinson tied up and fouled on the play.
See what Illinois is trying to do. They're trying to put a lot of pressure, force turnovers in Purdue. Purdue doing a good job of handling the basketball and getting the ball inside. Getting some good looks here in the first half.
Second personal on Marcus Griffin. That'll precipitate free throws coming up for Brian Robinson. Or Mike Robinson, I should say.
At the line is Robinson.
Mike Robinson scoreless thus far. Purdue hasn't missed from the free throw line yet.
Now, he was a guy that was a great scorer in high school. Over the last couple of years, Purdue has really asked him to be more of a rebounder, defensive player, set the other guys up, and got to give him credit. I mean, he averaged almost 30 points a game in high school, and he's adjusted here to try to do the little things that Gene Cady and the staff want him to do.
Play a role, you're right. It's not easy to do that.
No, it's not. A lot of guys would rather not play at all than do the little things.
1 out of 2 at the line. Boy, they boxed out well on that rebound. It came off and hit the floor. My goodness. Half a minute to go in this first half. Purdue by 3. 20 to go on the shot clock. Shot clock in the left-hand corner of your screen. Cleotis Brown for 3. Had it halfway down. Wouldn't stay. Greg McQuay the rebound. Carson Cunningham without a shot clock will set up for one last shot.
Look for them to clear out. Cunningham go one-on-one.
Cardinal for 3. An air ball. Got a 20-second timeout called, or I should say a 30-second timeout called by Lon Kruger. As the Illini get that call with 1 second left. Let's check that the Arvin timeout. Mr. Basketball, well, this Illinois team has done a great job, Doug. 11 of their members are from the state of Illinois, including 3 Mr. Basketballs.
And that's got to be that is a first for Illinois to have all those guys come back home and play for their university. And all 3 of those guys are one reason why everybody's excited in Champaign about the program. And they've got some big names, and these guys, Williams and Cook and Sergio McLean, and had so much success in high school, and they think that's going to come out and do real well in college.
Well, you take a look at it. You know, we talk about Flint fueling the Michigan State program. Well, Peoria is fueling the program here in Champaign for Illinois when you've got Sergio McLean and Marcus Griffin out of the Peoria ranks, and Frankie Williams, and soon to be eligible Jerence Howard will be playing in this program, all out of Peoria. Corey Bradford, good if it goes. It's just short, and the first half has come to a close. Well, Brian Cardinal, 14 first half points, almost half of the Purdue points in this opening stanza. And the visiting Boilermakers hold a 31-28 lead over the Fighting Illini of Illinois. Halftime coming up next.
This man has a secret. It's a secret that'll give you the edge in your career. Sculpt your body and take your love life to new heights. What's the secret? It's Men's Health. Every issue brings you tons of useful stuff on the topics that matter most to men, like how to build amazing abs, lose weight fast, slash your cholesterol 30 points in 30 days, plus have great sex every day until you die. Call now for your free trial issue. Get the latest health breakthroughs, answers to your intimate questions, plus step-by-step exercise posters. Discover what women want and why they have men spinning in circles. Call now for your free trial issue of Men's Health. Keep it and get a full year for just $21.97. You'll also receive 3 free guidebooks: Quick and Healthy Cooking for Men, Burn Fat, Build Muscle, and the Men's Health Guide to Ultimate Intimacy. Don't delay. Call now for your free trial issue and 3 books. Get in on the secret.
Call 1-800-807-3131 now.
In a world where new technology has created a growing need for strategic relationships between companies, CDS Office Technologies leads the way in advanced solutions for the convergence of office technology. They can help businesses achieve high performance in times of increasing technological change or chaos. CDS supplies more than network support and boxes. They provide complete office solutions. CDS Office Technologies, connecting people in 2000 and beyond.
Golf Digest presents 50 ways to lower your score.
To get greater distance, turn your right foot out. For a better backswing, don't slide. Turn your hips instead.
Now, lower your score, drive longer, hit straighter, and play your best golf ever with the 50 new stroke-saving tips in every Golf Digest. Call now for your risk-free trial issue. If you like it, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $19.97. Plus, get this stroke-saving video free.
Call 800-543-6200.
No one looks at the markets with a more insightful eye than Barron's, offering timely coverage of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, everything investors need to stay informed. Subscribe now and you'll also receive this Barron's Stock Evaluator free. It lets your computer help you turn money into wealth. Get 13 weeks of Barron's and the Stock Evaluator, all for only $39. Call now toll-free.
800-334-6600. That's 800-334-6600.
Back in Champaign, welcome to the Advance Auto Parts Halftime Report. Advance Auto Parts, the best part is our people. Along with Doug Altenberger, I'm Wayne Larrabee. Great to have you with us tonight for Big Ten basketball. If you're a Purdue fan, I would think you've got to be pretty happy with the tempo of this game. It's a game that is looking like it's going to be in the 60s, and that would bode well for the Boilermakers.
Definitely. I mean, it wasn't pretty at times, but they never let the game get out of control. Illinois trying to up-tempo, double team. They looked for the open spot. You know, Cornell played well. Cunningham played extremely well. And then you had Cardinal, had a big game offensively. So right now, Gene Katie's got to be happy. Illinois, on the other hand, they've got to get it going a little bit more. Force more turnovers, be more active defensively.
All right, should be a great second half coming up. We've got more of our halftime activities from Champaign with the score: Purdue 31, Illinois 28. We'll be back.
First United Mortgage Corporation specializes in providing home financing programs for people in Indiana and Illinois with good and bad credit. And now for people who've had trouble saving up a large down payment, First United Mortgage offers the no money down 100% financing fixed rate purchase loan. That's right, no money down. Your good credit is your down payment. In fact, qualified buyers can even finance up to 3% over the purchase price to help pay for closing costs. Call First United Mortgage to set up your free pre-approval, 219-322-3278.
Hey folks, don't miss the 5th Annual Chicago Muskie Show, January 14th through the 16th. Attend 14 free seminars featuring many muskie greats such as Joe Bucher, Jim Sarek, and yours truly, Bob Mason. See and purchase the latest tackle from manufacturers and retailers, highlighted by Rowley and Helen's Muskie Shop, Pepper Sports, and Midwest Rod and Reel. Visit with muskie resort owners, guides, boat dealers, and wildlife artists, all at the Inland Expo Center located at 400 East Ogden Avenue in Westmont, Illinois. Exit I-294 at Ogden and go west 3 miles. And don't worry, there's plenty of free parking.
The All Canada Show.
Hi everybody, I'm Doug Stange, Editor-in-Chief of In Fisherman Magazine. Hey, why don't you head to the All Canada Show this year? It's the finest place in the world to see the best resorts and finest lodges, and to plan your escape.
The All Canada Show is coming to Chicago. Enjoy hunting and fishing seminars, shore lunch with an ice-cold Labatt Blue, register to win a Ranger boat with a 90-horse Merc, and much more. January 13th through the 16th, Pheasant Run Resort Mega Center.
The All Canada Show.
My final test. Destiny beckons, I never reckon second best. When I look back, I will recall moment for moment, the greatest moment of them all.
Seeking that trophy fish is what brings excitement to fishing. But without annual stocking of Lake Michigan and its tributaries by the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, the fishery would eventually be depleted. It's also important for the fish to be healthy. That's where Purdue School of Veterinary Medicine helps out. Associate Professor of Veterinary Pathology, Randy White, leads a team of researchers that provide diagnostic services to monitor the health of salmon populations in northern Indiana.
At Purdue University School of Veterinary Medicine and the Animal Disease Diagnostic Laboratory, we are able to apply state-of-the-art diagnostic technology to one of Indiana's most prized and valuable natural resources, salmon fish of the Great Lakes water basin.
The researchers check the health of the broodstock collected when the salmon make their annual migratory spawning runs from Lake Michigan. These adult samples are transported to the Bodine State Fish Hatchery, where they are held in raceways for 6 months until they are ready to spawn. At that time, the state biologists artificially fertilize the eggs and place them in hatching trays. The offspring are raised in ponds until they reach 7 inches of length. Then they're released into the Indiana waterways. This life cycle is rejuvenated with funds from sport fishermen when they purchase fishing tackle as part of the Sport Fishing Restoration Project.
This particular program not only is a benefit to sport fishermen, but it also brings a tremendous amount of income to the local economies.
White says a range of experts at Purdue help with diagnosing the fish samples.
We have worked with numerous colleagues in the School of Veterinary Medicine as well as in the School of Agriculture.
With conservation efforts and the work of researchers at Purdue School of Veterinary Medicine, recreational fishermen will enjoy good populations of healthy sport fish for many years to come. For Purdue University, I'm Dan Skinner.
Professor Michelson, I met my sophomore year. I knew he was the professor in the English department, had heard wonderful things about him, and everyone said, oh, take classes with him, take classes with him.
One of the beauties of this campus is the faculty member in the classroom working with you is very likely to be a nationally or internationally recognized researcher in his or her field. And sometimes all it takes is a question about that research and a demonstrated willingness to join in order to make that connection.
You're the one who has to go and make the contact. Or with Professor Michelson, having to just go up casually and say, hey, hi, I'm this person, I'm thinking about taking your class. Once you do that, it's amazing how professors respond. I mean, they love to talk to you, and that immediately makes the campus go from being huge to being nice and small.
It's hard to keep track of how many different areas Maya is interested in and knowledgeable about. She's an English major, she's pre-med, she's a budding historian of science. All these things are possibilities for her.
When you have so many options, so many opportunities, so much flexibility, if you just take a little tiny step, it's amazing what can happen.
she came in with a kind of free-floating curiosity. Very quickly, I think, with extraordinary speed, it ripened into a genuine interest in research, a genuine interest in moving ahead professionally, and a very powerful interest in helping others to have the same kind of high, serious commitment to what they were doing.
She's the kind of student that I think really makes you feel optimistic about the future. I'm very optimistic when I think of students like Maya being the leaders of the next generation.
She's a friend. I think in a lot of cases we regard her as a colleague and as a peer. I mean, when that kind of intellectual curiosity is deep and genuine, you gain a respect for it very, very quickly.
He's right. He's been a wonderful friend for me and a wonderful mentor for the past 2 years.
Students don't realize how professors really are open to contact. Anyone who has the courage to go up and knock on a door usually finds the door is open already.
The door is open all the time, and it's just a matter at a large university of coming across that threshold and making those contacts.
With our score, Purdue 31, Illinois 28. We'll be back with more of our halftime show after these messages. You're watching Big Ten basketball.
We connect you to the future. CDS Office Technology.
CDS Office Technologies, their network expertise coupled with their training and support for your system and staff keeps your business productive and efficient. They can design, install, and implement a range of voice, data, and electrical solutions using ISDN and fiber optics. They specialize in leading digital connectivity solutions today and into the future. CDS Office Technologies.
I took the risks and started my own business. Taking risks, that's what you have to do. But here's a way to help your business with no risk at all. Just call for your free trial version of QuickBooks Pro, America's #1 best-selling small business accounting software. That's right, I said free. For no money, not even a shipping charge, you'll get this free trial version of QuickBooks Pro from the makers of Quicken, so you know it's easy to use. Want to write a check? You just start typing, and QuickBooks Pro fills in the rest. It shows you how much money you're owed and who owes it. It even prints invoices with your company logo. And QuickBooks Pro can save you even more time with features like estimating and job costing. And it integrates with Microsoft Word and Excel. Look, we all take risks in business. Now take advantage of an honest, no-risk opportunity. Call for your free QuickBooks Pro trial version now. There's no bill, no hassle. There's no risk. You can't do better than that.
Call 1-888-210-8900.
Just one more strike.
A perfect game! No!
Sure you did.
No, I just erased it!
Just like your wife's a supermodel.
She is?
Favorite, how you got your wireless phone first, Bertie?
I did.
Believe it or not, right now you can get a free ClearPath digital phone from Ameritech Cellular plus 100 minutes for just $25 a month.
Hello?
When are you coming home? Because I really miss you.
Welcome back to the Advanced Auto Parts Halftime Report. Advanced Auto Parts, the best part is our people. Take a look at the halftime score. Boilermakers leading 31-28. Illinois started out very slow in this ball game here tonight. Made just one of their first 8 shots, but finished strong, shooting 50%, 10 of 20 down the stretch.
And the main guy was Griffin. He pulled a Willis Reed. He hurt his back coming in, and all of a sudden he went in for the locker room, came back, and he was really charged up.
Indeed he was. Let's take a look at some of those highlights because Marcus Griffin was a big part of them. Frank Williams creating off the dribble to the big guy.
Really active, hung around the basket, knew his guy was coming up to help, gets to the open spot. Here he does again. Penetration was the key. Purdue didn't have many breakdowns defensively, but they did. They left him wide open. And on the other hand, Cardinal was very active offensively. If he wasn't posting up, he was going to the open spot, extended the big guy, 6'10", got behind the three-point line, knocked it down. Illinois in general did a pretty good job on Cornell. Cornell didn't have many good looks. Here they are in the zone. Cook comes out too late, and he nails the three.
Let's take a look at our halftime stats brought to you by Citizens Insurance. What's the state without Citizens?
And you see the key there was Illinois shooting only 37%. Purdue doing a good job of handling the tempo, like you said, Wayne.
And we thought the bench would be a big advantage for Illinois. They have much more coming off the bench. And if you take a look at the bench points, that's exactly the opposite of what you're seeing on the graphic right there. It's Illinois 14, Purdue 2 off the bench. Purdue is 8-2, however, when leading at halftime. Brian Cardinal has done a little bit of everything. He shot the ball well. He's hit his free throws, 4 rebounds, an assist, a block, and a steal. Second half is coming up from Champaign with the score, Purdue 31, Illinois 28.
It looks like rain. It might snow. It's a perfect day for a round of golf in Chicago.
Today I'm playing Pebble Beach.
Today I'm playing Firestone. Indoor Golf Links feature special high-resolution virtual golf simulation rooms. Bring your clubs and play the greatest golf courses in the world all year round without ever leaving Chicagoland. Or try hitting a few shots in our special practice area. The indoor golf links are perfect for parties or business events. For more information, call 708-403-4040.
Diamonds, the gift that lasts forever. The Jewelry Exchange in Elmhurst imports all their diamonds direct. They carry thousands of diamonds, most GIA or EGL certified, and all at guaranteed lowest prices. 1-carat solitaires start at $5.99. The Jewelry Exchange makes all their jewelry in their state-of-the-art factory and has hundreds of rings, pendants, earrings, and bracelets. Only the Jewelry Exchange in Elmhurst guarantees all their jewelry to appraise for at least double, that's right, double the purchase price. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange in Elmhurst.
True Rock Ministries presents our 2000 Directional Conference, Wednesday through Friday, January 26th through the 28th of 2000. 7 p.m. nightly. Founder and pastor, Earl Granberry. Don't you miss it. It's at True Rock Ministries, 57 East on 16th Street in Chicago. For information, call 312-939-1109. There is no admission.
Tonight's game is brought to you by HMO Illinois, from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, a company with plans for the future, and Ameritech Cellular. Wayne Larrabee, Doug Altenberger, Purdue leading by 3 at halftime as we get set to start the second half. Brian Cardinal, big first half, 14 points for the Boilermakers, and Illinois starts on offense. Archibald up high. Archibald, Cleotis, Brown, Marcus Griffin starting up front, then Bradford and Williams the backcourt. Good pass, Griffin to Archibald.
We talked about his scoring in the first half. There he makes the adjustment, double team from the top. Looks for that was a tough entry pass to Archibald.
Carson Cunningham sets it up for Purdue. Cunningham and Cornell, then Robinson, Cardinal, and McQuay up front. Nice little pass into Cardinal. Spins away from the double team and misses the shot. Archibald the rebound. Frank Williams. The lob to the back door. Cleotis Brown on the reverse. Nicely done.
Well, Illinois doing a good job getting down the floor, especially Marcus Griffin. Purdue a little slow coming out at halftime there. They weren't able to get back defensively. And easy transition basket for Illinois.
Robinson penetrating on the runner. Back tap to rebound to Williams. The Illini on the run. They've scored the first 4 points of the half, and that's a kick. Inadvertent, but a kick nonetheless.
See, the key for Purdue in the first half was they always had balance when they shot their shots. They had guys on both sides of the court. They reversed the basketball. They took their time. Here in the first 2 possessions in the second half, they've shot some quick shots or shots that were out of control, which caused Illinois' transition game. You want to be very careful in shot selection, especially when you go on the road in the Big Ten.
Bradford, Robert Archibald. Had it blocked by Cardinal and then turned it into a pass, threw it away.
Well, can't jump in the air and try to pass the ball. Nowhere to go.
Maynard Lewis is on the floor now for Purdue. Trying to enter it down low as Brian Cardinal. He was trying to hit Jerron Cornell. And that was a tough needle to thread right there.
Right now they're trying to taking a shortcut passing-wise. You can reverse the basketball, take your time. Both teams a little sloppy coming out here at halftime.
Illinois has recaptured the lead at 32-31. 9 turnovers now for the Illini. Illinois came in with the best turnover to assist to turnover margin of the Big Ten, and there's a foul down low. Quick entry into McQuay, and a foul on Marcus Griffin. That's his third.
Well, we talked about the entry pass coming from the side. Here you see the screen and roll. They don't help. They don't communicate. McQuay gets to the open spot. That's about the third time they've been able to run that play down low. Illinois either got to switch or slide through the screen, one of the two.
McQuay off the mark on his first. That's only the second miss from the free throw line tonight for the Boilermakers.
Well, it's a tough number for McQuay. He's got no points, 0 for 2 from the field, and only a couple of rebounds.
Marcus Griffin replaced by Victor Chukudebe. Griffin with foul difficulty now. Purdue yet to score. We're a little over 2 minutes gone by, second half. Bradford chased by Cardinal. The mismatch down low had Archibald backing in, and he made the play. Illinois outscored the Boilermakers 6-0 to start the second half. McQuay in the post with Chukudebe, I believe. Double foul. Victor Chukudebe and Greg McQuay.
Yeah, that started down on the other end when Chukudebe was trying to get position. McQuay tries. See the lower left of your screen here. Both guys are going at it, trying to not let him get to that spot. Both hands are very active, and that's why they get called for the double foul. Playing the post in the Big Ten. You got to keep those hands up high where they can see him, not down low.
Lon Kruger looking on. This team has struggled with its rhythm. At times they've looked sharp here tonight, and a lot of other times they just haven't been able to get much going. Purdue, meanwhile, has played on the lead most of the night, including a 3-point halftime advantage, but they are really struggling at the outset of the second half. And even when they led in the first half, they had a 4-minute drought where they were unable to hit from the field. 3 minutes gone by, second half. Allison rims it in.
A nice shot by Allison. Gets to the open spot. Illinois in that zone, looking to overreact when Cornell got the ball. He gets to the open spot.
Chukudebe with a high screen. Cardinal jumps out at it. Cornell kicked it out of bounds, and they'll reset the shot clock.
Chukudebe, he's got to realize once this guy releases, goes for that double team, get back to the middle of the court where he can be a threat with a jump shot or look to pass it inside.
Leonis Brown on the inbounds. Archibald finds Williams. Williams the penetration. Blocked by Allison, his second block of the game. Here comes Cunningham. Foul on the play. Yes, it counts. Leonis Brown commits the foul.
Basket is good.
Well, we talked about Allison coming off the bench. Does a good job. See how sometimes he releases, help him recover. Then he comes back and blocks the shot with his left hand, keeps it straight up, keeps it alive, then dishes it to Cunningham. Cunningham keeps his dribble, goes up. He gets fouled, puts it in the hole. Nice finish, going for the three-point play.
And Purdue back on top. 9 points for Carson Cunningham.
And the nice thing about those 9 points, he's got 0 turnovers. I mean, that's what you want to see from your point guard.
Archibald. Archibald stays with it. And it blocked, and what do we have? Held ball. Allison doing quite a job down there on the defensive end. He's making some things happen.
Yeah, he comes off. I mean, here's another. See how he keeps his hands straight up, right on top of it, doesn't try to go over the top. I mean, that's what you try to teach the big guys. Everybody wants to see that beautiful thing blocked in the air and do all those things, but he keeps his hands straight up in the air and stays vertical, and good call by the officials.
Sid Rodeheffer over at the official scorers table, and now joined by Tom O'Neill. Mike Spanier is the other official here. Alternating possession is what they've called, and at first the arrow was pointing to Illinois. The mess up was the fact that arrow had to be pointing to Purdue because Illinois inbounded to start the second half, and so there was just a mix-up at the scorers table, and they quickly straightened it out. Double team trap in the backcourt. Bradford, yes, and a foul! Illinois with some quick pressure on unsuspecting Purdue, and Bradford goes to the line looking for a three-point play.
Yeah, that caught him off guard. They put the ball in bounds. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see the white jerseys. Good anticipation by Bradford. Then Lewis with not the smart foul. And now they're going for the three-point play. Illinois is.
So Illinois has caught Purdue at 36, and Bradford. And we've got a seesaw going here in this second half, early going second half.
What do you expect in the Big Ten? All the games so far have been seesaw.
Haven't they, though? I'll tell you what, that game last night in East Lansing, Indiana and Michigan State, overtime, double overtime, Purdue and Michigan on Saturday afternoon, and Wisconsin, Illinois went down to the wire that afternoon. Last week here, last Thursday, Ohio State and Illinois, right to the buzzer.
This keeps up. I don't think Ron Kruger's going to have any more hair left.
Cardinal had that thing blocked and still stayed with it. Wow, that's a tough shot. His first 2 points of the second half. Archibald. Long John Allison picked him up. Now here's Bradford on the drive. He was bumped by Lewis or Robinson, maybe both. Tom O'Neill is going to call Lewis on the foul, and that's his second. 15:34 left to go in the ball game. Purdue on top by the slimmest of margins.
It's his first time in the hospital. So who do you want making the decisions? We're HMO Illinois, the only Blue Cross HMO, where you choose the doctors from the widest network and make the medical decisions together. Respect. It's why working men and women rate HMO Illinois #1 in member satisfaction. At HMO Illinois, we want to be your health plan, not your doctor.
Par, par, birdie. Par, eagle. Whoa. Par, par. Must be a Golf Magazine subscriber. How would you like to shave 3, 4, or 5 strokes off your game? Add 20 yards to your tee shots. Start one-putting greens. Chip like a pro. Blast your way out of the bunker. Shoot lower scores and play the best golf of your life. Now you can by calling for your free trial issue of Golf Magazine. Issue after issue, Golf Magazine gives you proven tips to improve your short game. Develop better touch. Fix your slice. Straighten your hook. Drop more putts. Drive longer and more. All to have you saying par, par, birdie. When you call now for your free trial issue, you'll get the Golf Magazine gear bag as your free gift. Call now for your free trial issue of Golf Magazine. If you like it, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $19.97. Plus, get the Golf Magazine gear bag free with your paid subscription.
Call 1-800-848-9339 now.
Back in Champaign, it's a pleasure to be joined by the head football coach of the Fighting Illini of Illinois. Ron Turner, congratulations on a tremendous season and a win in the MikeRonPC.com Bowl. That was wonderful.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. It was a great game. I was, happy for our players and for the entire program, especially for the seniors.
Well, you came through some tough times. I mean, 0-11 the first year here and a little bit better the second year, and then things really took off this season. What was the key for you guys?
Well, I think the key was, obviously our players were committed. They kept believing in what we were doing. We had 22 seniors that really provided some great leadership for us this year. And through all the rough times, they hung in there. They kept believing in one another, and they just kept pursuing.
Now you've got the tough recruiting period coming up. We wish you all the best. Thank you, Ron, for taking time out with us, and congratulations to you and your staff and your kids on a great season.
Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate it. It's great seeing you again.
Good seeing you.
Good, thanks.
Ron Turner, and of course, Illinois and Purdue have one thing in common. They both have revived their football programs over the course of the last 3 years.
I'll tell you one thing too, Wayne. I mean, in Chicago, he's got the alumni just pumped up.
Here come the Fighting Illini. Chukudebe, offensive foul. Good position ahead of that play, apparently established by Maynard Lewis, who drew the foul on Victor Chukudebe, his third personal.
Well, Frank will learn with experience. You don't give a guy 6'8", get the basketball 15 feet from the basket. You want to wait, keep your dribble, give it to him when he's only got to take one step and go up strong. That's tough for a big man to put the ball on the floor. A lot of times they don't have that speed and quickness, and good anticipation by Purdue.
Off the ball, got a foul in the lane as it looked like Mike Robinson was ridden out of bounds. And I think that's Chukudebe again.
Fouls on Chukudebe.
His fourth.
That is his.
Well, you've got Marcus Griffin on the bench with 3, Chukudebe with 4 now. And Lon Kruger, as you've mentioned several times tonight, not real deep at the 3 and 4, at the 4 and 5 spots on his roster. Now Brian Cook comes in, replacing Chukudebe.
Yeah, the problem is if Kupala was healthy, which he's starting to get healthy, he's over his toe injury, he could bring him in, but right now he just doesn't have the stamina to go in there and play any more than 5 or 10 minutes.
Inside, it won't go point blank range for McQuay. Robinson able to dig it out. Cardinal, 3, ring it up. Brian Cardinal with 19.
Well, you got to know where he is. He's got the hot hand. I mean, defensively, Illinois has got to communicate. Let him know where he is at all times, him and Cornell.
Almost 6 minutes into the second half. Bradford, tough shot over Robinson. Rebound kicked over to McQuay.
Well, Robinson hasn't scored many points, but defensively he's done a number on Bradford. Use his height, let him get the basketball, but once he does, he's able to contest it being 6'7".
Robinson also 5 rebounds in this first half. Oh, beautiful lead. Cunningham into McQuay, and the block by Cook. Robinson down low battling, and he is fouled on the play. I believe they've got Archibald on the foul. Indeed it is Robert Archibald, his third personal. It's 6 already on the team. Let's take a look at some other scores brought to you by ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. And how about this one?
Whoa.
At the half, Tulane leading by 9 over the top-ranked team in the nation. Duke has defeated Georgia Tech. Marquette leading DePaul up in Chicago. And Minnesota back on top, leading at halftime by 13. Now McLean comes on along with Lucas Johnson. Archibald and Brown leave.
Replacing 32, McQuay.
Robinson made his first. Misses the second. Cook controls the rebound, but Cardinal almost took it away from him from behind. Williams tipped away beautifully by Cardinal, and he saves it to Allison. Here's Cunningham. What hustle by Brian Cardinal. Boy, you better be watching from behind when you've got the ball, because he's coming up on you. If you don't see him in front of you, chances are he's gaining on you from behind. Cunningham unloads for 3. Headed halfway down, wouldn't stay. Sergio McLean leads the break for Illinois. Williams open. Penetrates into the lane. Got bailed out on a foul. A blocking foul coming up as Frank Williams seemed to be out of control in the lane.
Well, down at the other end, you hear the crowd going crazy. You had Lucas Johnson and Brian Cardinal were mixing it up. It looked like a wrestling match down there.
Second personal on Robinson.
You see Robinson tries to come over, gets position, gets called for the block. Frank really Williams, not much there to be had. He's got to be careful. Maybe pull up, look for that jump shot.
Yeah, he was out of control going into the lane. He got bailed out by Robinson, who picked up his second personal foul. Now Rodney Smith up off the bench, reports on for Brian Cardinal. I guess you can't go home, right? They're booing Brian Cardinal, a Champaign-Urbana native. Bradford, yes, and a foul! Boy, does he make some tough shots.
Well, here he does a nice job of recognizing The bigger, stronger guy. Here he gets caught on the switch. Smith comes out, tries to stay with him, draws the contact, then has the strength to put it in. And he's pumped up right now. This game's starting to get a little emotional out there. Both teams starting to feel it physically.
11 points for Bradford. The foul on Rodney Smith was his first. Corey unable to convert for the three-point play. Robinson controls the rebound. Advances ahead to Jerron Cornell. Picked up by Frank Williams. Here's Cunningham at the top of the offense. 7.5 minutes gone by, second half. Smith trying to feed Robinson down low on the pirouette move. He traveled. 9 turnovers, Purdue.
Well, both teams putting a lot of effort right there. Robinson did a nice job posting up, recognizing the help defense, tried to spin there, almost got away with it with a good dish inside.
Tied at 42. Harrington just reported on. Here's McLean trying to deal on Cornell. Finds Cook inside. Wow, how did he see him? He was caught in a double team at the baseline, able to get it away, and now a push on the inbounds play. Going against Cornell or against Cunningham.
Well, Purdue's got to keep their composure right now. They've done a couple things on both ends of the court. They're worried about all the other things. Here you see the great pass. When he sets it up, see how Allison comes over. He's going to block the shot. Cook recognizes that, slips down, gets to the open spot. Allison isn't able to recover.
And then moments later on the inbounds, the push on the play by Carson Cunningham, his second personal foul. More importantly, it is the 6th team foul on the Boilermakers. This 30-second timeout is brought to you by McAllister Machinery, your local Caterpillar dealer. Take a look at this double-digit scoring streak by Corey Bradford. Bradford up to 11 points after just 3 at halftime. 41 of 45 career games for Corey Bradford in double figures.
Well, a guy like Bradford, he's going to get his shots. I mean, there's no question about it. The key is that he doesn't shoot a great percentage, and right now he's 4 for 10. But in the first half, I mean, he definitely struggled. He's only 1 for 6. So far he's 3 for 4 in the second half.
You know, Doug, he's going to get his shots because he not only gets shots around screens, but he has the ability himself to create shots. And not many guys have both abilities. McLean off his hands out of play. It's, you know, there is, like, for example, Jerron Cornell is a good spot-up type shooter. Here's the foul, offensive foul moments ago that led to that last possession by Illinois. Foul on Cunningham. Jerron Cornell's a guy who needs some help in getting loose around screens. They work him in the offense. See him circling in the lane and coming out to get the ball here. Corey Bradford can take the ball at the top and create something.
Yeah, he
himself.
can put the ball on the floor. He likes to penetrate a little bit more, and he has the ability to stop on a dime and go straight up. Whereas Cornell's more of a spot-up shooter, needs those screens.
Lucas Johnson, second personal foul. Now 7 on the team, so Illinois over the foul limit, and Brian Cardinal going to the line. It's not to say that Jerron Cornell is not a great player. In fact, he is. It's just he's a different kind of player than Corey Bradford. Jerron Cornell gets his shots out of the context of the offense, whereas Bradford not only can do that, but he can go a step further if the offense isn't functioning.
Right, and that's what hurts him sometimes, that they don't have a strong inside player, because if they did, they could match him up on the wing. So either you dump the ball inside or you pump it back out to him, and sometimes he struggles.
Well, Rod Cardinal, little mixed emotions here. He is the trainer for the Illini. His son is the star for the Boilers, who lead. And a tie ball game by...
My dad was...
Hi, welcome to our home. You know, it wasn't that long ago that we had totally given up any idea of ever owning our own home. We just didn't have the money. Then I heard about Foreclosure Bargains magazine. I made the toll-free call. It was the best call I ever made.
Foreclosure Bargains is a national monthly magazine featuring thousands of foreclosed homes, townhomes, and condos. You subscribe to the state of your choice, and they show you specific properties in that particular state, county, and city. Foreclosure Bargains magazine can help you find the home of your dreams and save you $10, $50, $100,000 or more. And it's so simple. You just pick out the home that fits your needs and budget. Jot down the address, then drive by,
If you like it, buy it. No hassle, no pressure, no worry.
We bought this home for $100,000 less than similar homes in our neighborhood, thanks to Foreclosure Bargains magazine.
Call the toll-free number on your screen today. Get your 3-month subscription to Foreclosure Bargains for just 3 easy monthly payments of $19.95, or see it on the internet at foreclosurebargains.com. Also, with your paid subscription, get your free video on how to buy foreclosed properties. And if you buy a home through Foreclosure Bargains, we'll prorate your subscription price, guaranteed.
Call Foreclosure Bargains or visit their website to order today. Who knows? Your dream home could be just around the corner.
It's Dynegy Power Stat, brought to you by Dynegy, America's dynamic energy company and proud sponsor of Big Ten basketball. You don't often see the visiting team with that many more free throws, but it should be pointed out that this season Purdue has made more free throws than their opponents have attempted coming into tonight's game, and so that particular stat is held up.
Well, I think that's going to be a key for Purdue in order to win this game. Get to the free throw line, be patient. If Illinois is going to foul, got to make your free throws down the stretch.
Most of the night, Purdue has been leading by about 3 points. That was off of Greg McQuay on the steal attempt. They've been leading by 3 points, many as 8 points in the ball game at times.
And Griffin gets back in the game for Illinois. That's the first thing they do is get the ball down low to him, or at least they tried to.
Kirchhoff hustling.
Oh,
deny that inbounds pass to Williams. Well, the Boilermakers tied at 44. Take a look at this.
Yeah, I felt that one here. He came right into the booth here and gave a nice firm headbutt right into the sign.
Gave you a little, yeah, give you a little shove there. Sergio McLean taken down from behind by Brian Cardinal, but a foul. I'll tell you what, you know what that was? That was a great catch by Sergio McLean initially.
I mean, you talk about some great hands he's got. He goes up strong. That was a tough pass. And Cardinal comes from behind, gets called for the foul, and the Illini fans are all excited about that.
Stoic look on the face of Gene Cady. Sergio, 3 rebounds, no points as of yet. As we mentioned, McLean, kind of an intangibles player. If you're looking for numbers, he averages 5.2 points, shoots 42% from the field, 3 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 2.2 steals per game.
Yeah, he struggled with the shot from the perimeter. He's a better shooter than that, but I think he's lost some of his confidence, and it shows on those 2 free throws. He's a guy that has struggled the last couple of years with his outside jumper.
Illinois by 1. Cornell. Cardinal, good catch. Blocked on the play cleanly by Griffin. Williams on the run. Throws it away. Robinson, Kirchhoff to the finish. Kirchhoff off the inbounds, and what are they going to call? Looked like Kirchhoff had a steal, but Gene Cady thought so, but the officials reloaded it. Johnson for 3.
Well, you talked about how he loves Champaign playing in the Assembly Hall. He goes up there and knocks down the 3.
When he plays here, it's nothing but Dom Perignon. Foul coming up. And it's going to be on Sergio McLean, I believe.
Foul is on the line, number 40, Sergio McLean.
Yeah, right now, some of the Illinois fans upset. There was a Super Bowl or something bouncy that went right in front of us, and we don't need that. There's no place for that. And there's Mr. McLean, Sergio's dad.
Boy, his teams down at what, Peoria Manual, 4 consecutive Illinois State championships. Can you believe that?
Yeah, he's got another really good team. Peoria Central's got a good team, and then Peoria Richwood. So there's 3 teams in the Peoria area that I don't know how they do it. They keep pumping out great high school teams.
Kirchhoff makes good on his first. He'll have another. Well, certainly that has been where the hotbed of talent lately has been, not so much Chicago, but Peoria in the state of Illinois. And the university here in Champaign has taken full advantage of that. 6 points. Ties his career best. That's Chad Kirchhoff making a pair at the line. Tied at 48. Almost halfway through second half. This one will not be for the faint of heart. Frank Williams, another pass in the air. As you talked about, you don't like to do that. McLean, what do we have? A push coming up here.
Smith trying to stay with him. Does a good job defensively, but gets his hands on McLean. Illinois now in the bonus. Again, we talked about free throw shooting. Illinois at times has struggled during the season, and Purdue has done an excellent job at the free throw line so far this year.
Sergio McLean, first to the 1-and-1 is good.
Checking into the Boilermakers, Maynard Lewis, number 12.
Sergio, Mr. Basketball in Illinois, 1997, as the Boilermakers make a change. Jaron Cornell comes out. Lewis back on.
This is a critical time for Purdue right now. They've got some guys in there, Lewis, and Kirchhoff, and Smith. Some inexperience out there right now.
Cardinal gives it up. McLean had it blocked from behind, knocked out of bounds. I believe Cardinal knocked it away.
As soon as I say that, Purdue turns the ball over. Again, you got to get the right guys in there. Gene Katie might want to think about putting back in at least Cunningham.
2-point lead, Illinois. Johnson. Griffin. Cardinal pulls out the rebound. Loses to Johnson. McLean. My, how it can turn in a hurry. Illinois by 4. Inside of 10 minutes to go. McQuay down low. Smith the rebound in traffic. Back up, had it blocked. McQuay the fall away, rims out. McLean the rebound. Johnson running the floor. Harrington for 3. Ring it up. A 7-0 run in the last 60 seconds has boosted Illinois into its biggest advantage of the night, 55-48. Here's the Ameritech call of the game. Talk about phone home. Long distance. Lucas Johnson to the lane, and let's dial it up.
Yeah, Harrington from the corner hits his second three-pointer of the game. He's 2 for 2, and that's a big shot in the arm for the freshman. He's really struggled so far with the shot this year, and for him to step up against Purdue in a Big Ten game, he's got to feel pretty good about himself right now.
Sean Harrington had a 4-point play, made a 3-pointer, and was fouled on it and converted on the free throw in the first half. His second tray gives him 7 points for the night. Illinois 3 of 3 at the arc here in the second half. And they struggled from there in the first half, just 3 of 11.
Your attention, please. For the safety of the players, please refrain
Warning
from throwing
being given to the crowd here in Champaign to abstain from throwing anything onto the floor
against the offending team. Thank you.
And of course, a foul can be called in that situation, and free throws could precipitate for Purdue if the violation happens again. McLean denying the inbounds. Illinois has been pretty judicious with its full court pressure, Doug, but this is a great opportunity for them to put it on. Really put the heat on. Cunningham bottled up, trapped, and what are they calling? Apparently the ball tipped out of bounds, hit on the baseline or the sideline. No, timeout called by Purdue. Gene Katie's got the suit coat off. His team is struggling at the moment with 8:58 left to go. Illinois leading by 7, its biggest lead of the night. And with that full court pressure, Katie and company had to call a timeout. Let's check that play on the Arvinator, brought to you by Arvin Industries.
Well, what you want to do, you want to get the ball in the middle here, but you don't want to get it over here on the sides. And when you do that, you're going to see the double team, and you'll see how effective Illinois can get their spacing. Right there, you see the double team. There's nowhere for Cunningham to go. You've got good positioning by Illinois. You see all the white jerseys. Next thing you know, you got everybody crunched down into about a 10 feet, 20 feet area, and that's exactly what you want to do when you're pressing the team. Purdue's got to keep their dribble, keep everything alive, get the ball to the middle of the court, and then look up court.
Good pictures. I like that, Doug. You're the author of the Arbinator.
Yeah, no one ever called me Picasso with that thing. That's for sure.
Cunningham. McLean tipped it away, knocked it out of bounds. Boy, Sergio McLean is just everywhere right now.
Yeah, we talked about here. See, they get the ball up the middle. And they're going up the court. Loses his dribble. That's going to give Illinois credit with their pressure. Sergio McLean's everywhere right now. Cunningham's, again, Purdue's got to get control of this game again.
Cornell to Cunningham. Cunningham on the runner off the glass.
What a tough shot.
11 for Carson Cunningham. Williams right back into it. Pirouettes into the lane. Rejected by McQuay. Cunningham back the other way. Blocked from behind. Lucas Johnson.
Boy, both ends of the court. Guys are flying all over. I mean, showing great effort. Here down at this end, you see Cunningham tries to keep up there to Lucas Johnson with great effort coming from behind with the block and gets it clean.
Carson Cunningham. Trying to loop it inside. I think he was trying to hit either Robinson or Bryant Cardinal, neither expecting the pass.
Yeah, you can't stare at where you're going to throw that pass. I mean, everybody knew for Illinois where he's throwing it. That's a tough entry pass from the top.
Take a look at the block shot numbers. Meanwhile, that was just the 12th turnover by Purdue. Cardinal denies Johnson there, knocks it out of bounds. 26 to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, I think every one of those blocks was spectacular. I mean, it wasn't just a regular block shot.
Bradford. Playing a little rocker step. Lowered that shoulder, able to get the roll off the rim. Sergio McLean having a stellar second half now. 7 points for him. Illinois by 7 once again. Jerron Cornell, tough shot there. Ring it up for three.
Another tough shot.
11 for Cornell. Bryant Cardinal guilty of the foul as he and Johnson collided. That's been a physical get-together throughout this ball game when Johnson and Cardinal have been on the floor together.
Well, there was a little extra going on earlier in the second half, and I didn't see what happened going down the court. But we'll take a look at it as they're running down the court, the top of your screen.
A little trip there. Johnson will go to the line.
The shooter will be Lucas Johnson.
Lucas Johnson missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Seven and a half left. Purdue down by 4. Cornell. Cardinals out top. Jerron Cornell trying to take Harrington off the dribble. Harrington got a piece of it cleanly, apparently. Here's Brantford. Wouldn't go. Robinson able to take it away. Cunningham pull up for 3. And the finish on the other side of the play by Mike Robinson.
Well, you should see Gene Katie screaming at Cunningham not to take that shot. Fortunately, the great hustle. Illinois doesn't block out and gets the easy bucket.
Timeout taken now by Illinois. 7-point lead moments ago has shrunk to 2. 6:53 left to be played in the basketball game. And here come the ATA High Flyers.
Yeah, we talked about, here's the quick shot that Gene Katie doesn't want. That's the last thing he wants. Then you see Robinson come in from nowhere. No one blocks him out. And you see the guy at the top of your screen there, Brown. He's supposed to be hustling back, and he's in no man's land. And see right now, Gene Katie giving his guys a pep talk. He's like, listen, we need to be under control. We're back within 2. We're in good shape right now. Let's not get carried away with the tempo. Like you said, let's control the tempo. Take our time. Let's handle the press. Illinois, on the other hand, Lon Kruger and his staff, he wants those guys looking to trying to force turnovers, get that transition game going.
It looked like the Illinois defense, the intensity of it, got this game into the open court for a while in the second half, and Illinois was able to spurt ahead. But you're right, the last few possessions now, Purdue has seemingly settled down. They controlled the tempo in the first half, and that's what they've done the last minute or so of this game.
Yeah, it's Purdue's half court, Illinois' transition right now.
Williams spinning into the lane. Boy, he loves to pirouette inside. That's his first bucket of the second half, and restores a 4-point Illini advantage. Chad Kirkhoff. Robinson entry into Cardinal in traffic. Cornell, goaltending. Score the field goal, Jerron Cornell.
Well, give Cardinal a lot of credit there. He had 2 or 3 white jerseys all over him. He had the strength to go up, put it back up there. See Griffin come over, try to get the block. He was just there a little bit late, gets called for the goaltending. Great effort on both ends, though.
We've seen great effort on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these two teams have really gone after one another. Frank Williams. Chad Kirkhoff right there forced a bad shot. Meanwhile, ahead of the field, McQuay cherry picks a jam. Boy, I tell you, he flushed that like a Chicago CTA toilet. Hard and fast.
He sure did. Tomahawk that thing. What caused that was Williams shot a bad shot. Then you saw no guards get back. Bradford wasn't even in the position. It was a quick shot.
Bradford, a tough shot there.
Another bad shot.
Yeah. Here comes Cornell. Purdue can take the lead on this possession. Kirkhoff. Cornell from deep for 3. Cardinal the rebound. Robinson baseline in close. Meanwhile, we've got an Illini down on the floor, and I believe it's Corey Bradford. In a collision with Cardinal, who's going after the rebound. Bradford shaken up on the play. Meanwhile, Purdue takes the lead, 61-59. 5:12 left to go.
Do you want to know the easiest way to put a smile on someone's face? Well, you're looking at it. Prairie Farms ice cream. The ice cream that's won a whole bunch of blue ribbons at state fairs over the years. And more importantly, that's helped light up several generations of faces. So try some Prairie Farms yourself. You'll see. Prairie Farms ice cream. Up to 60 smiles in every half gallon.
These days, it seems like everybody's always reachable, instantly accessible. Until there's a busy signal, a hold message, and the realization that your insurance company isn't there for you. Enter Country Companies, where you'll always talk to real people with real answers real quick. After all, what good is a phone if there's no one there to listen? Country Companies Insurance.
Golf Digest presents 50 ways to lower your score.
To get greater distance, turn your right foot out. For a better backswing, don't slide. Turn your hips instead.
Now, lower your score, drive longer, hit straighter, and play your best golf ever with the 50 new stroke-saving tips in every Golf Digest. Call now for your risk-free trial issue. If you like it, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $19.97. Plus, get this stroke-saving video free.
Call 800-543-6200.
Purdue on an 11-2 run of the last 2:48 to erase a 7-point Illini lead, and the Boilermakers now have the advantage. Boy, here's what happened to Corey Bradford just a moment ago.
Oh, I mean, he took it right in the breadbasket, and he goes down hard. That hurts.
Man, he may have taken it a little lower than the breadbasket, and that hurts even more. Let's take a look at some of the other scores brought to you by ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. #1 Cincinnati back on top of Tulane now. Duke has defeated Georgia Tech, as we reported earlier. DePaul trailing Marquette by 10 at the half. And Iowa, that ball game into the final 5 minutes, trailing Minnesota. Illinois resumes offensively. Bradford back on the floor. 5 minutes to go in this one. Post pass intended for Griffin, denied nicely on the play by Greg McQuay. Boy, Purdue very alert in the last 5 minutes or so defensively.
Yeah, they did a nice job defensively. They knew Illinois wanted to get the ball inside to Griffin, and Cornell came over to help. Illinois has got to recognize, look for Brown, who he's guarding. He's wide open on the wing.
Williams lets go. Oh, that's a two-pointer. Frankie Williams with 8 points.
Well, both teams playing really clutch basketball, hitting big shots here down the stretch.
Tied at 61. Cardinals had a big game. They switched off and put Griffin on Cardinal now. Cardinal for 3. One thing that does, it gets Griffin out from under the basket and allows Mike Robinson to bang it home.
Yeah, and Robinson was matched up with Bradford. Does a good job getting to the weak side. That's what you want to teach your rebounders. When that ball goes up, get on the other side, and he did that. He knew he had the little guy on him and just held him off with one arm.
Archibald. Kind of a dead shot there. Meanwhile, knifing in for the rebound, Jerron Cornell. You're so right. Dennis Rodman, probably the greatest rebounder of all time. He would outthink people as to where the ball was going to go. He really studied shots and where they would carry him to, and he would get to those spots ahead of time.
Yeah, all great rebounders do that. They're playing a couple passes ahead of everybody else getting to that spot.
That's a good point. Cardinal on the cut through the lane. And the ball knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Illinois. We've got a timeout. 3:41 left to go in this one. The Purdue Boilermakers on the road, leading the Fighting Illini of Illinois 63-61.
Chatham Avalon Church of Christ has just celebrated its 31st anniversary. Come join us and be blessed by our services. We preach the word as it is written. We are changing the world one life at a time. My name is Dr. Daniel Harrison, the minister of the Chatham Avalon Church of Christ, 8601 South State Street. We're asking you to come and join us at that great church. Thank you, and may God bless you.
First United Mortgage Corporation specializes in providing home financing programs for people in Indiana and Illinois with good and bad credit. And now for people who've had trouble saving up a large down payment, First United Mortgage offers the no money down 100% financing fixed rate purchase loan. That's right, no money down. Your good credit is your down payment. In fact, qualified buyers can even finance up to 3% over the purchase price to help pay for closing costs. Call First United Mortgage to set up your free pre-approval, 219-322-3278.
Hey, Energy PSI, where energy comes to life. Now, Brian Cardinal has come back home. This is his final game in this arena, an arena he grew up in as a ball boy. His dad, the head athletic trainer at the University of Illinois. And Brian Cardinal has come home with 21 points, 6 of 18 from the field, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Couple of steals, has a block shot and an assist. And he's got a couple of three-point field goals as well.
You know, there's certain teams as a player you always felt comfortable with it, and you could see when Cardinal comes out and he plays Illinois, and he knows the friendly confines and he wants to do well, and he's always come in here and played extremely well.
Offensive rebounding. Purdue, one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the conference, but sometimes that's misleading. When you don't shoot it very well, you could have more opportunities on the offensive glass. But nonetheless, they've made good on their second chance attempts here tonight. Time winding down to the shot clock, and the foul committed by Corey Bradford as he tried to knock that ball away from Robinson. It's been a tough matchup all night in favor of Purdue, Robinson and Bradford.
Yeah, Robinson, the reason he gets that call is like, you know, they threw the pass to him. He came to the pass. Bradford went for the steal. If Robinson didn't come back to that pass, Bradford would have gotten a steal, and now you see Robinson on the free throw line.
Robinson, 7 of his 8 points have come in the second half. Makes the front end of the 1-and-1.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, he's just done a great job. I mean, he's shut down Bradford basically. Bradford got hot in the second half, but so far he's struggled here in the last 3 or 4 minutes trying to get an open look.
Robinson now with 10 points, his 11th career double-double, double-digit points and rebounds. Purdue, a great job of the line, hitting 16 of 20 from the free throw line. Bradford looking to penetrate, had it knocked away. Sergio McClain can't handle. Kirchhoff digs it off the floor. Purdue leading 65-61, and time becoming a factor now for the home forces.
Yeah, Kirchhoff, I mean, has he come
what
in?
a steal by McClain. Quick hand, Sergio McClain, and Kirchhoff takes the foul.
That's one of the few mistakes he's made in this game. He's come off the bench and played some quality minutes, but McClain's got such great hands. You've really got to protect the basketball. There you see how he anticipates the ball goes down, and he picks the pocket and gets the free throw and draws the foul.
You know what Sergio McClain is? He's a winner. That's what he is. He's not a stat guy. He's just a winner.
Yeah,
I mean, he'll do whatever it takes to get it done.
Yeah, there's no question about that. When it goes down the last 5 or 6 minutes, he's always in the middle of it. Again, there you see him struggling with the shot. Came up a little short. Talked about his confidence with his shooting. He struggled with that. He does all the other things.
The disparity of the free throw line. Purdue, and again, in their half-court offense, Doug, they've made an effort to get the ball inside, and that's one of the reasons why they've shot so many more free throws.
Yeah, they've only shot 38% from the field, but they've caught up, and 31% from three-point land, but they've caught up at the free throw line, done a nice job of converting those.
Meanwhile, Illinois just 8 of 14 at the free throw line. You'd like to do a little better than that. Purdue leading by 3 with the ball. Under 3 minutes to go in the game. Cardinals. Tough shot there. Robinson cleans it up once again. Mike Robinson with 12 points. Meanwhile, 2:41 left to go.
Right now, Purdue just sort of out-hustling Illinois. They're outworking them on both ends. There you saw Cardinal with a dribble penetration on that last series there. Williams from the top from Illinois didn't come down to help, and they just out-hustled him and put the ball back in the hole.
Mike Robinson, 12 points, 11 rebounds in this ball game. There was some moisture in front of the Purdue bench, and that's what they've been mopping up for a moment here with our stoppage in play. Purdue coming off a double overtime loss at home to Michigan, and that's what really hurt. It was at home. Illinois coming off a loss at Wisconsin, a game they had in hand at halftime, leading by 15. Bradford jumps into the lane. Nicely done. Big shot by Corey Bradford. His team really needed that one. They're down by just 3 now. Pressure in the backcourt. Robinson advances. Now Cunningham sets the floor. This is Jerron Cornell. Here's Cardinal. Robinson. Left to go. Cunningham, 10 to go on the shot clock. Purdue knocked away by McClain, picked up by Cardinal. He forces a 3, comes up short. Rebound McQuay, timeout taken. That ball did not hit the rim. The shot clock did not reset, and a well-taken timeout right there. That's the last timeout for Purdue, but it does save this possession. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. Coming up, our Saturday triple header from ESPN Plus on many of these same stations. Iowa at Penn State at noon, followed by Wisconsin against these Boilermakers at Mackey Arena. And then I'll be with Greg Kelser down at Indiana for the late game, 4:30 Eastern time. Minnesota winning tonight against Iowa heads down to take on Indiana. Hard luck loser last night up in East Lansing. Take a look at the situation here. Purdue over the double foul limit, no timeouts left. Illinois has not only 3 timeouts left, but they have the possession arrow in their favor.
Yeah, right now Illinois, they probably want to go zone, but whatever you want to do, don't let the easy basket make them hit it from outside. They've only got 3 seconds, so once they throw it out there, look for Illinois to double team and make Purdue make the pass.
I said good timeout of this time. What do you think? Save the possession or
I
not?
think you saved. Yeah, I don't think that was a good timeout.
You would rather save the timeout than the possession.
Yeah.
The inbounds is stolen away anyway by Lucas Johnson.
Yeah, timeout was negated right there. We're unable to execute.
Only 3 seconds in which to execute as well. 3-point lead Purdue. Johnson. Williams with a hanging jumper. Boy, I tell you, he makes some big shots for a freshman, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not intimidated by the situation. He almost relishes it.
He's won 3 games down the stretch for Illinois with big shots this season, including one a week ago tomorrow night. last Thursday night against Ohio State. Purdue by 1.
Purdue got to be patient, get the ball in the Cardinals' hand. That was a tough shot, not what they were looking for.
Meanwhile, Robinson picks the rebound, traveled on the play.
And Robinson gets to the weak side, does a good job of holding position, getting the boards. He gets called for traveling. See how he's got the little guy on him. He holds off Frank Williams, keeps it. There you see, makes that extra step, doesn't put the ball on the court. That little hop step.
47.4 seconds remaining. Lon Kruger takes an opportunity to talk things over, perhaps orchestrate something for his team. The Illini trailing by just 1. And you get the same feeling for Purdue that you had for Indiana last night on the road. Indiana had Michigan State down by 3 in the final seconds, but just couldn't quite deliver the last bucket that might push the game over the top. Purdue had the lead by 3 a few seconds ago. It just couldn't quite get another field goal to push this lead from 3 to 5 and maybe really put the Illini behind the 8 ball.
Well, we talked about teams learning how to win. You know, Michigan State knows how to win. They believe in themselves. They've been down in the trenches, and they stepped up and made the big shots. Illinois is a younger team right now. You're going to see them try to get the ball into Bradford or Griffin on the side. If it's not there, then look for Frank Williams to penetrate at the top of the key and step up and go over the top of Cunningham.
Let's take a look at some other scores brought to you by ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Got to look at the scoreboard. Now we resume. Illinois. Time winding down. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. Lucas Johnson. Bradford elevates for 3. Short. And the rebound by McQuay. Purdue has lost its share of heartbreakers thus far this season. Gene Katie said, we're still trying to learn how to win, and here's a foul committed by McLean on the double team.
The foul is on Sergio McLean.
First personal on McLean. That's 10 on the Fighting Illini now.
Number 2 on McLean. That's the 10th team foul on the Illini.
Purdue has been scoreless in the last 2 minutes, and if you take a look at what they've been able to do in games decided by 2 points or less this year, Purdue is 0 for 3. Last year, in similar circumstances, they were 2-1 in those games. And Gene said this afternoon, hey, we're still learning how to win those games. And that's amazing when you consider they have 5 seniors leading this team. But those seniors weren't really in position to lead in the past. And those who have departed ahead of them were the ones who were making the difference in the close games down the stretch a year ago. Cunningham makes good on a pair. A couple of pressure free throws there. 13 points. That restores a 3-point lead for Purdue. 26 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, if you're Purdue, you don't want to have that 3-point shot. If anything, give up something below the 3-point line. Illinois' got to hurry up. It's got to move. There's not much time left. I don't know what Mr. Williams is thinking of.
Time winding down, and now timeout taken. Lon Kruger wants to set something up. 12 seconds remaining. No shot clock factor here. And Lon Kruger saying the same thing you did, Doug.
Yeah.
He said, what are you guys taking so long to get to your offense for?
I mean, you want to take that basketball, go north to south, create something, keep the time on the clock on. I mean, that's what he's telling these guys right now. Again, we talked about the learning experience. You've got seniors of Purdue on one side. They've so far have stepped up, made the big plays here down the stretch. Illinois had a tough shot. Bradford tried to shoot. See the 3-point shooting tonight.
Corey Bradford, 39% from the arc. Frankie Williams, 31.5. Riotis Brown, a 45% free throw shooter if Coach Kruger elects to go with him at this juncture. Even Lucas Johnson at 40% from the arc. Those are primary 3-point shooters for Illinois right now.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Purdue puts a bunch of guys out on the 3-point line. The first thing you won't want to do, there you see Lon Kruger's record against Purdue, 3-8.
Purdue has won 8 in a row, 5 in a row here against the Fighting Illini of Illinois.
Right now, Illinois has got to get the ball. Take the best shot you got. You still got some time left. Good job by Purdue to penetrate it, push them out.
Frank Williams looking for Bradford. Now Williams for 3, just short. Rebound back tap. Kirchhoff comes away with it, and he's fouled just before time expires. Fouled by Corey Bradford.
And what a big win for Purdue to come in here after losing to Michigan at home. This was the big win, and for Illinois, you can't be losing too many of these games at home. That was a big loss for them.
And apparently they are not going to bother with the foul. Time expires. I thought I saw Tom O'Neill motion for a foul, but they let the clock expire, and that is it. No foul called on the play. 69-66, Purdue over Illinois. Let's take a look at the Sagamore play of the game. And it is that final shot. Frank Williams, Bradford not an option there. Williams a deep three, had it right on, and just short. Marcus Griffin trying to back tap it to the arc, couldn't get it there. And Chad Kirchhoff was able to dribble it out. Brian Cardinal, I'll tell you what, he comes home, and Brian Cardinal, 21 points in this ball game to lead the Boilermakers in his final go-around and his collegiate season, in his collegiate career at this Assembly Hall. Our triple-header coming up at noon. It'll be Penn State hosting Iowa, followed by Wisconsin at Purdue, and then, of course, Minnesota and Indiana. Special thanks to our entire ESPN Plus crew for Doug Altman.